Hello everyone, this is Shilpi Mam, your English teacher, and today I'm going to explain you the poem from your book Buzzword. The name of the poem is Happy Endings. This poem Happy Endings is composed by Sylvia Spencer. So let's understand that this poem is about what? This poem Happy Endings by Sylvia Spencer is actually a poem of encouragement and motivation. And this is about happy endings, as the name itself suggests. The beauty of the poem lies in its simplicity. You will find the poem written in a very simple language. The language used in the poem is lucid, it is clear as well as simple. When you will read the poem, you will not find any definite rhyme scheme followed throughout, but you will find a certain rhythm to the poem. I repeat, there is no definite rhyme scheme, but there is a certain rhythm to the poem. Now let's understand the summary of the poem stanza wise. The first stanza is there always a happy ending to every song and a story? Some are happy and others weep, and then there are those that finish in glory. When the poem begins, the speaker is raising a question. You can see a question mark placed here. The speaker, the poet, is asking a question that do we have happy endings for every songs and every stories? Is there a happy ending of all songs and stories? And then in the next lines, she herself answers her question. Some are happy and others weep. She says that some stories, some songs, they can fill us with joy and happiness, and others can move us to tears. So it is not necessary that every story or every song which we come across will bring us joy and happiness. There are some which move us to tears. Further she writes, and then there are those that finish in glory. She says there are still others. There are still other things, still other incidents which relate tales of glory. Glory means fame. There are things which bring glory, which brings fame. So we have a blend, a mix of events or incidents occurring in our life. Let's move to the second stanza. Is there a happy ending to every day? Again, a question has been raised, as we can see a question mark at the end of the sentence. Is there a happy ending to every day? Maybe not. When you are filled with grief and it's not stopped raining and the sky is grey. The poet says, when the second stanza begins, she is asking, is there a happy ending to every day? Every day ends happily. Then she answers herself, she answers her own question, maybe not. It is not necessary that every day ends happily. There are days when one is filled with sorrow. Sorrow means sadness. So she says there are days when people or person is filled with sorrow and sadness, or when it is cloudy and raining heavily and makes one feel gloomy. She says many times it happens when it is raining heavily, when there are clouds all over the sky, the clouds have covered the sky. Then one may feel cheerless. Why one may feel cheerless? Because those person who are wishing to see the sunlight, they will never appreciate the heavy rain. So she says, when it is cloudy and raining heavily and makes one feel cheerless, as he might miss the sunshine of the clear sky. So only one thing can occur at one time. If you are enjoying rain, you will not enjoy the sunshine, bright sunshine. And if you are enjoying the bright sunshine, you will not enjoy the heavy rain. So this is what the poet says in this stanza. So it is not necessary that every day ends happily. There can be a mixed feeling. It may be filled with grief, it may be filled with sorrow, sadness, cheerlessness. All these things, all these feelings or emotions can engulf the person. Let's move to the next stanza now. Happy endings are made by you. It's how you work and go about it can make that ending come true. Just be yourself, however small, and smile when things get out of tune. A happy ending can be found. Then life becomes just one honeymoon. very nicely she has written. What she says in the third stanza, the speaker, the poet, tells the reader how to find happiness. The poet is trying to tell the readers that how a person can find happiness, because she believes that it is up to each person to make their own happy ending. How one can make their own happy ending? It depends upon the outlook of an individual. It depends upon his perspective. How optimistic a person is, how habitual a person is to always see the brighter side or the positive side of everything. So the poet is saying it entirely depends upon the readers, it entirely depends on the people, that whether they want the happy ending or not. They can easily make the ending filled with happiness. She says, how a person works or what a person does determines their happiness. What a person is doing, how the person is doing, what the person is feeling, that determines the happiness. She says, a person can be happy by being true to oneself. If I am honest to my own self, I can be happy. And if I have the ability to see the positive side of things, this is the most important thing in this poem. If I have the potential, if I have the ability to look at the positive side, positive aspect of everything, even if the things are not favorable, then also if I am looking at the positive side of things, that means I am able to extract happiness from that situation. So she says, a person having the ability to see the positive side of things even when things do not work out and they face difficulties and problems. Because it is a life filled with different phases. It is not necessary that we have happiness throughout our life. We have to face various ups and downs. So it depends on us. How do we take each and every situation? How do we face the difficulties? How do we face the challenges and problems which we encounter every day? So she further adds, once a person knows how to be happy, they can enjoy lifelong happiness. Once if we come to know how to find happiness, once we come to know how to look at the positive side of everything, then we can enjoy happiness throughout our life, and our life will become just a honeymoon. Honeymoon means a phase filled with happiness. So the poet in the whole poem wants to say happy endings depend on an individual. It is entirely my viewpoint how I take things in my life. So this was all about the poem Happy Endings, composed by Sylvia Spencer. Thank you.